What's up, baby? This your boy Line of God, and welcome to the Line Experience. First thing I would like to say, shop BloodSweatGod apparel. The link is in my bio. Now, before we go any further, I would need you guys to know there's only one for sure thing in life. That's death. So again, there's only one for sure thing in life, and that's death. So no scientist, no doctor, no nutritionist, no man that exists in this world can tell me who and what I cannot become based on the work I am willing to put in. So again, no man that exists on this planet can tell me what my limitations are. The only individual that can place limits on me is my Father, Lord God. So again, I'm Line of God, right? And my hat says Blood, Sweat, God. So this is what it takes for each of you to become the best version of yourself. Now, the purpose of this video today is because a lot of people have been asking me, how do I not lose muscle mass when I'm fasting for extreme times? So like right now, I'm on day 11 of my 14-day fast. And how do I not lose muscle mass from doing primarily tons and tons and tons of cardiovascular endurance training? So first, I will need to let you guys know that fasting is all mental. So again, fasting is all mental. So what do I mean? We become what we think. So again, we become what we think. Literally, how we train and what we eat dictates what we become physically and determines how our bodies will perform, will dictate how our mind and bodies will perform immediately and over time. So again, right now I have no shirt on because I need you guys to know, or I need you guys to see that I'm not just talking this talk, right? I'm not just living this make-believe life. Like, look at my body right now. Look at my body. I'm lean, I have muscle, I'm still laser sharp right now. I'm still just as fast as 99% I'm faster than 99% of most people on this world. I'm still stronger than most people. I'm still more endurant than most people. And I'm still more laser sharp and intelligent, more intelligent than 99% of the people that are walking this earth right now, having no food in my body right now on day 11. So fasted away from food for 11 days. I'm still just as laser sharp. So again, the only for sure thing in life is death, which means no man on this planet can tell me who and what I cannot become based on the work that I am willing to put in. And that's fact. So again, you see my body right now. I'm not frail. I'm not skinny. Yeah. You see me. So again, this is purposely done. Day 11, no food. I have 3 more days left until my birthday, which is Thursday, September the 2nd. So again, fasting is all mental. What we think, we become. If you think that you're gonna get frail and small, then you're not gonna put in the proper amounts of work needed to look and perform like I look and perform. I'll be 41 on my birthday, September the 2nd. So again, you're looking at me, right? Everything that I say I'm doing and I've done in the past, which has allowed me to become the lion that I am today as I sit in front of you. Now, second, I need everybody to know who's watching this video, humans were created to fast for long periods of time without food. That is not myth, that is fact. Millions of years ago, thousands of years ago, basically, just like any other animal, right? If we didn't catch food, guess what? We didn't eat. And that took days, sometimes weeks. Therefore, if we don't catch food and we don't eat, naturally, our body is a machine. So naturally, our bodies, like primarily normally adapts to the situations that it has been placed in. Now, technology, along with false prophets in the form of doctors, scientists, nutritionists, the food industry, and etc., has ruined our true evolution. Meaning, just like any other animal in the ecosystem, in the wild kingdom, they naturally adapt and overcome and evolve to their environment. Unlike humans, right? We're so smart. Everything that we've adapted and overcame, we didn't naturally adapt and overcome it. We created items, technology advancements that has allowed us to live over the years versus actually truly evolving using technology to help us become the evolutionary creature that God created us to become. Like literally, if you look at any other animal in the ecosystem, they naturally evolve according to the environment that they've been placed in, whether it's hot, cold, humid, so on and so forth. That's why pretty much certain animals only live in certain places. And if any animal is taken out of its natural environment over time, right, it will evolve into something greater in order for it to adapt over time to live in a new environment that it has somehow been placed in. Now we must remember back, just like any other animal, we didn't eat if we didn't. I already talked about all of that. And we became more efficient. So again, our bodies, it's our machine. Like your body, anybody that's watching right now, understand your body is your machine. Literally, your body is controlled by everything that you do mentally, physically, and spiritually. How you maneuver each day you exist on this world is how your body, mind, and spirit will perform. So if indeed you want your body to hold on to muscle when they say you're not able to, I'm getting to the facts that I've learned over my 40, almost now 41 years of living that has allowed me to live an extreme lifestyle without losing any of my physical capabilities while bettering myself each year. Now, again, the false prophets, doctors, the food industry, nutritionists, scientists, their goal is to limit us. Why? Financial gain. If indeed everybody had the mindset as myself, right, that took the time to go out, do the research, put in the work, wait for the results 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus years later to truly see how God created us to perform, they would not have a reason to be around. It would be far less a number of them, meaning that the few that would be around would only be around to do what they're actually supposed to be doing, which is actually helping us and aiding us in healing even faster than what God has already created us to heal like. So they're not here to truly benefit financially, because anytime you involve money in something, at that moment it's not gonna do or be what it was actually designed to do. So once you start paying doctors, right, scientists to do something, at that point, every hypothesis that they come up with is favoring their pockets, favoring their statistics to limit the way we think, which means that we would now need them or think we would need them. So we'll be willing to pay more money for them to do something that God has already designed our bodies to perform like anyway. So again, the question is, why do I not lose muscle when I'm fasting extremely or working out for an extended amount of time with an extreme amount of intensity? So what I've done over the years, right, and what I've learned is I had to mandate my body to become fat adapted. Fat adaptation is the gateway to becoming our very best mentally, physically, and spiritually. We as humans should understand that muscle isn't sustainable or fuel efficient. So again, muscle isn't sustainable or fuel efficient. Our bodies knows this genetically. Within the DNA, the body knows that muscle isn't efficient fuel-wise or energy-wise or sustainable over time fuel-wise or energy-wise. So why would it want to eat something and use something as fuel when it's not even sustainable. Meaning the body doesn't want to use it as fuel because it's not optimal for the brain or the body. The body knows that fat and carb are its two best fuel and energy sources. So again, the body knows that fat and carbs is its best two fuel sources. Fat is the most readily available because it's already in the body. Like the fat is already here. We don't have to go searching for fat. The fat is already here for our body to convert it into fuel or energy, or both. Therefore, making the body fat adapted is major key. Now, in retrospect, carbs are more fuel efficient, meaning that they're going to give us our optimal performance, but it's only for a limited amount of time. Until then, we must go looking for more carbs for it to be converted to fuel/energy. But if we have no carb, guess what's already there in the body again? Fat. So if fat is the most readily available in the body, why would you not want to mandate your body to become fat adapted? So the question is, how do we do this? Easy, simple. I mean, this is like simple. Now, before I continue, what I learned when I first started fasting 10 years ago is that I started my workouts fasting for 30 minutes to an hour, well over 12 hours. Over months and over years, I started learning that as I start working all day, as I start doing normal tasks, as I start working out even longer, running even longer, even further, I had way more energy when I fasted versus when I did not fast. So we extend workouts past 1 hour or longer. So when we extend our workouts past 1 hour or longer, for me, like I've done 12 or more, this is how you mandate the body to use fat as fuel. Because by the time you hit 12 hours, if you fasted, there are no more carbs on board to be turned to fuel or energy. And the body is going to use the next best thing for the next 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours, and that is going to be fat. I don't care what anybody says, what any scientist says, what any doctor says, what any nutritionist says. If there is no food in the body, if there's no glycogen stores available, if there's nothing in the body that came from food to be converted over into energy or fuel, guess what? The body has to convert something, and that is going to be adipose tissue, which is fat, and that is where your next fuel/energy source will be generated from. So again, carbs are more efficient, but fat is more readily available. So teaching the body to use fat first, carbs second, you have more energy later into your fast, like me, day 11, or sporting event, like me when I ran my 50-mile race with COVID-19, placing third in 10 hours and 52 minutes, which prevents you from fatiguing early on and later. Now, I know this is a lot of information that I am spitting out right now, but as I sit in front of you again right now, I need you to physically see the real lion, right? Gorilla machine, who has really been doing what he just spoke to you about. Finally, let's talk about specifically how not to lose muscle when training extensively over a long period of time and by fasting for long periods of time. So we know muscle isn't fuel efficient. We know this. So when we lift while fasting, lifting can be done before. I highly recommend it because this is what allows you to build up the tolerance needed to do what I'm about to say. and needs to be done after as well. So again, this still mandates the body to build even more layers of tolerance, making it 2 to 3, 4, 5 times better than what any man can say it can become. When we lift before, after, during fasting, while working out or running extreme hours, we're telling our bodies, right, that we're using our muscle. So again, we're telling our bodies that we're using our muscles, and guess what? The muscles will not be used as fuel. Even though we already know that muscles aren't efficient or sustainable fuel source. But when we lift, we're telling our bodies, look, body, we're using these muscles, so the body, again, is a machine. It listens to us. It learns what we do. Muscle is what is needed for movement. Why would the body want to use something for fuel that is needed to get it around? It knows that these muscles is the primary part, or is the reason why it has movement to get to where it can go to eventually give it fuel. So naturally, the machine that God has blessed us with already knows how we operate, already knows what it needs, already knows what needs to be done to prolong the process of the body starting to eat away at itself incorrectly. So as a result, we are doing what I stated earlier. We're telling our bodies to use fat and carbs as fuel first. When we lift, when we fast, when we lift, when we run every day, we're telling our bodies to use fat and carbs first. Save our muscle, preserve it, because we need that to work optimally. So we train the body to do what we needed to do, not what man says it's gonna do for financial gain. Now, in addition, when we lift weights, right, we mandate the body to use glycogen stores sparingly. So again, let me repeat. When we lift, while fasting, before fasting, while working out extreme, extensive hours, running extreme, extensive hours, we're mandating the body to use glycogen stores more sparingly. Meaning that the normal person that is not fat adapted, that don't lift on a regular basis, their body is using what is more efficient up front, which is carbs. So again, the body is using what's more efficient up front, which is carbs. Meaning that later into the event, they don't have any true fuel to get them through. So again, me starting my 14-day fast, my body is already fat adapted. I've been doing this 10 years. My body has already adapted to using fat as fuel. Me lifting is now mandating the body to say, hey, let's continue to use fat as fuel. You see me, I'm really lean, so I'm not making it up. We're gonna use fat as fuel. We're gonna preserve his carbs. So I carb up 2 to 3 days on pasta and other high calorie carbs 2 to 3 days before my 14-day fast, because I knew my body would say, you know what, we're gonna put these carbs to the side. We're gonna pinch away at them a little bit by little bit. We're gonna pinch away a little bit by a little bit. And that is why my digestive system has not taken a hit 11 days into a 14-day fast. That's why you haven't seen me take a hit as far as in you losing muscle, because again, my body has been focused on using fat as fuel and energy. And now, sparingly, along the way, it is using carbs along the way, which is energizing me even more. Now, in addition to me being alert, being able to do this video right now, my brain also has become fat adapted as well. Now, primarily the normal person, the brain actually uses carbs as its most efficient fuel and energy source. But when you teach your body or mandate your body to start using fat as energy / fuel, the brain now even functions more efficiently off fat, because again, the fat being converted into fuel / energy again is more readily available. So that is what the brain has done as well, and that's why my brain has not shut down, and that's why my brain hasn't lost any laser focus. A la carte, hence why I was able to run 12 miles the other day on day 9 of my 14-day no food fast. So let's see here. So, well, again, when we lift, we are mandating the body to preserve glycogen stores, meaning the body won't use carbs for energy until later, meaning until all fat is used up, or primarily all fat is used up. So if fat is being used first, carbs are being used second, muscle is almost last resort when it comes to fuel, because again, it's not fuel efficient. I say almost last resort because eventually there is no fat remaining and no carbs remaining and no muscle remaining. The body will begin cannibalizing, eating away in itself, eating its own internal organs as fuel, resulting in organ failure. So, the end. This is the reason why I am still just as lean, just as muscular. I haven't lost any weight because over the past 10 years, I've mandated my body to become fat adapted. Because I lift while I run, while I fast, I've mandated my body to mandate itself to preserve and to pinch away at my glycogen stores over time, resulting in my muscles being spared and preserved to do the things that I need to have done, which also my brain has now become fat adapted, right? Which means instead of using carbs as its primary fuel source, now it can function off of fat, which is again adipose tissue. Now, in the end, the normal person, right? And here I am fasting 11 days. I've done 7, 8, now 11, 3 days until 14. The normal person will never work out. I'm gonna say 99% of the people across the globe will never work out at the level that I work out to worry about losing all fat to where their body has no other choice but to eat away and lose muscle in 2-3 days. It's not even possible. How can you lose something like muscle that it took you years to get in 3 days? Tell me. Tell me. How can you lose muscle in 2 to 3 days of fasting that it took you years to build and acquire? Now, back in 2015, before I got as lean and shredded and small as I am now, I was still lean and shredded, but I was a little bit bigger. For 2015, the year, I lived in a 2,000 to 4,000 calorie deficit. I was running anywhere from 6 to 13 miles per day. I was lifting, biking, swimming, doing sauna work, doing ab work for hours, training anywhere from 4 to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 hours a day. And I didn't lose any size per se, but I was super lean. I was still just as fast, but back then that taught me that people said that if you're in a calorie deficit, you would be small. But when you're out here truly doing the work, right, understanding how the body adapts to what we put it through, you immediately learn that again, the false prophets that has been put in front of us for financial gain, again, doctors, nutritionists, trainers, the food industry, the medical industry, everybody that's out here that is trying to limit us has done this for their own financial gain. If indeed everybody woke up tomorrow and started giving their very best with zero excuses, started fasting, started eating efficiently, extending their workouts, their immune system, their brain, their whole body, mind, and spirit will function 2 to 3 times better. And I tell you right now, the food industry and the pharmaceutical industry will go bankrupt, because everybody across the globe right now will be evolving as God created us to evolve, just like any other animal in the animal kingdom. So again, in conclusion, God created us to fast for days. Technology and innovation ruined us, because again, a human, right, is always gonna do its best to take the shortest way up the mountain. When if you took the long way, you would achieve more knowledge, more strength, more endurance. Yeah, it would have took you a little longer, but by the time you made it to the top of that mountain, you would be 10 times better than the person that made it up the mountain in a shorter amount of time. And you're gonna know more stuff. Your mental fortitude, your spiritual fortitude, and your body's fortitude is gonna be 5 to 10 times better than everybody that got the short ride up the mountain. So again, this is your boy Lion of God. And again, before we leave, shop Blood, Sweat, God apparel. The link is in my bio. Be sure to follow or subscribe to my channel, The Lion Experience. And I hope you now understand why I don't lose muscle when I fast for an extreme amount of days and when I train at a very high intensity over a long period of time without losing strength, mental focus, spiritual focus, endurance, and speed. And I'm out.